Basically, The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. Today's royalty-free song is... Alright! Location, welcome to the land of Hyrule, filled with vast land. Here we have a multitude of cities and societies ripped straight from different fantasy novels, with Lake Hylia, Kakariko Village, Hyrule Town, Castle and Field, Lon Lon Ranch, Lost Woods, Death Mountain, Kokiri Forest, Gerudo Hideout, and so on, and Jesus frickin' Christ. The protag, the hero of time, elementary school and high school editions. He is normally known as Link, but since you can name him in the game, we'll call him Zimbobwy. The antag, the pork prince of darkness. The plot. Now's the time to get your popcorn. Zimbobwy is asleep, and the grand wise-ass tree over here is just like, save me. So the fairy here named Shut the F Up flies all over the forest and wakes up Zimbobwy, brings him to the tree, and gets him to play ibuprofen. After killing some bugs, Zimbobwy gets jewelry and a massive lecture from the tree. Upon leaving, he's also given an ocarina. Oh, hey, look at that. An ocarina from his bestest buddy in the whole wide world. He then gets to travel, oh, son of a bitch. As I was, he gets to travel the massive field of Hyrule, make it to the castle, talk to a singing girl, sneak into, son of a bitch, sneak into the castle, not proceed, talk to the singer again, get an egg, wait till day, egg hatches, wake up Mario, sneak in further, meet the princess, get a letter, meet her bodyguard, learn a song, learn another, son of a bitch, learn another song, leave best friend again, son of a bitch, go to a village, show the letter, meet the rock creature things, make the leader dance, go to the cave, bomb some dodongos, become best bros with the leader, get the red jewel, bail out, head out and around, bomb some rocks, son of a bitch! Bomb some rocks, run more, play a song, meet the, holy shit! Get a scale, get a bottle, show it off, wait for an hour, wait 2 hours, wait 5 hours, get a fish, go around, feed the whale, find the fish princess, carry her around like a goddamn pack mule, save her life multiple times, boomerang, fight the boss, get the red jewel, I'm not ready for that kind of commitment, go to the ranch, meet the girl, learn a song, go back to the castle, bodyguard rides off Zelda, did she throw something? Get your ass beat, get the thing, Ocarina of Time, huh? Go to the temple, decorate a bit, play the song to appease the gods, the stone doors and fashion accessories, oh hey, a sword, let's pull it out, and holy fuck puberty! So now Zimbobwy's 7 years older and allowed to wield the Master Sword. Turns out everything's gone down the shitter and you need to awaken the 6 sages to fix it. Lucky for you, Santa's one of them, so let's get 5 more. Sage 1, Forest! So when Zimbobwy leaves, he gets to talk to this dude named Sheik, and he'll say, go to the village to find something before seeing your old buddy again. So Zimbobwy does and finds this hunchback in the graveyard. He challenges Zim to a race, and after winning, Zimbobwy gets a hookshot. But the races aren't over yet as he runs over to the ranch again and sees that it is completely taken over by Luigi. Luigi and Zimbobwy race horses until Zim wins and escapes Mr. L's clutches. Now off to see his old friend. Making it back to the forest, Zimbobwy finds it to be overwhelmed with monsters. He then goes into these lost woods where he finds this asshole and proves his worth through song. He takes on Pigman, learns a song, and enters the first forest dungeon where a bunch of bullshit happens. Without going into too much detail, I'll give you one quick hint to this place. There is a key in this first room you enter. I won't tell you where, but trust me telling you will save you a good 5 hours of confusion! Anyway, after pushing blocks, hitting eyes, and killing ghosts, Zimbobwy enters the boss room to fight I guess there's no one here. Alright, oh, well, never mind. Okay, let's see. Today we're fighting, oh my god, it's Ganondorf! Phantom thing! What? Anyway, Zimbobwy beats it and meets the new Forest Sage, his best friend. Well, then that kind of blows, actually. Like, they don't even exist in the same universe now, and man, that just sucks. Anyway, Zimbobwy goes back to the temple, talks to Sheik, learns a song that can help him teleport back to the temple. Neato! And so now we move on to Sage 2. Sage 2! Fire! Now Zimbobwy heads back to the mountains to see his sworn brother of rocks. However, getting there, you only find one granite man rocking and rolling until you blow him the hell up. And what the hell? His name is Zimbobwy too! Man, I thought I was original. Turns out he is the son of your sworn brother and he named... Wait. Hang on. Who the crap did this crack fricklefrack? Anywho, Zimbo Jr. here says that there's a dragon that can eat Gorons inside the mountain, and that's where everyone is. So Zimbobwy gets the Goron heat-resistant tunic and quickly goes to investigate. There he finds Sheik again, who's just like friendship is like a song. After that, Zimbobwy goes into the dungeon to meet his sworn brother for about 4 seconds before returning to work. He frees all of the Gorons, gets the Megaton Hammer, and is about to lay the smackdown on Volvagia here, the thin subterranean lava dragon. This guy seriously eats these guys? Zimbobwy bashes him in the face and stabs him a few times before the snake blows up or something. And then Zimbobwy meets his brother again. However, this time he's awakened as a sage. Wait, does that mean the king over there died in battle? Then... wouldn't that mean that Saria... No! Sage 3! Water and ice, sort of. Okay, so I'm gonna like break out of my stupid annoying nasal voice real quick just for this stage, because this always has confused me. So like, okay, Navi's like, Lake Hylia feels cold, right? So Zimbabwe goes there and shit's frozen, right? Well, he goes back to where the whale lord thing used to be, and he goes into this cave. And in this cave, he gets like a map and a compass, and in the end, he fights this like sort of boss, but not really. Of course, then Sheik walks into the club like, what up, water puns, and teaches the serenade of Vanilla Ice. And then he disappears, leaving you with your thoughts and your new kicks. And that's kind of like the ice temple, like, I don't know why that's there, but it is, so deal with it. Back to you, annoying nasal voice. Alright, so now we have an actual water temple. Zimbabwe goes in, sees Gerudo, learns that he can change the amount of water by playing a song, and the rest is pure fucking madness. After about 5 hours of entering and exiting the same 10 runes, as well as raising and lowering the water level about 20 times, Zimbabwe meets his dark counterpart. Hawaii. After defeating Hawaii, Zimbabwe gets a long shot and shoots himself to the final boss room where he fights something straight out of a Japanese hentai movie. It's weird, like, seriously, what the hell what was the thought process? I don't fucking... He gets the fire arrows, Gerudo's the stage, the end. Stage 4, the shadow or something! Now, when you hear the game Ocarina of Time, there's obviously going to be some time travel elements to this game. One of the most convoluted yet personal favorite elements is learning the Song of Storms. When Zimbabwe goes into Kakariko Village, he finds Sheik again, and they both get their asses handed to them by some shadows or something. Turns out shit's going down in the graveyard. In order to get through the shadow dungeon, Zimbabwe needs a tool called the Eye of Truth. In order to get that, he needs to drain the well. However, the well has already been drained and blocked off in the future, meaning that he has to go back, drain the well. How exactly? Well, this guy says that a kid came in and fucked up everything 7 years ago by playing the Song of Storms and draining the well. After showing the exact same ocarina, he doesn't assume Zimbabwe's the one who did it, but rather teaches him the damn song. Smart, right? So anyway, Zim goes back and does the thing, and he fucks shit up, and time for a mini dungeon. There he gets the Eye of Truth. Now back in the future, high school Zimbabwe enters the shadow dungeon, gets some slippers, fights off some skeletons and a drummer boy before awakening the new sage Impa. You know, that bodyguard from 7 years ago. Stage 5, the Avatar or something! This is gonna be a long one. So now the little blue ball of annoyance directs us to the Darude Alley, where Zimbabwe meets a tribe entirely comprised of females who kick his ass and lock him up. Of course, Zimbabwe sneakily finds his way out and infiltrates the fortress, finding multiple carpenters and freeing them. By doing so, he gets a get out of jail free card. After that, he goes into the sandstorm outside of the valley. What, you thought that was a typo earlier? So using his truth magnifying glass, Zimbabwe gets through the storm just fine. So now there's this dungeon again. However, when he goes in, there's pretty much nothing to do. So he goes back outside and oh boy, Mystery Man's back. Now he's like, hey, this is your last music lesson, so listen up. And he teaches the song, disappears again, and now Zimbabwe can teleport back to this dungeon whenever he, wait a second. Zimbabwe goes back to the temple, puts a sword back in, sucks in his Deku nuts, and teleports back to the dungeon through the power of music. So elementary Zimbabwe meets this chick, right? And she needs to get some gloves to accessorize with some shit. I don't know, but you need to go in and get them. So you do what you're told, of course. You get the shit and you're about to go back and she's like, hey, these bitches are gonna make me some cookies. Fucking scram. So you do exactly that and keep the gloves because they honestly look so much better on you, darling. So Zimbabwe, oh son of a bitch! So Zimbabwe musically flies back and through the power of fashion can move massive stones of granite or something. He goes through, gets a mirror shield so he can look at how fabulous he is. Jesus Christ, I'm sorry. These are just kind of writing themselves now. So reflecting light happens before we get to the big boss. This massive knight in a suit of armor. Well, that wasn't too bad. Oh shit, it's a chick from forever ago. And there's two hags that, whoa! Did they just whoa, hey! Not cool! And now it's time for a little war between beauty versus ugly. Yeah, that joke's still going around. So after Zimbabwe reflects some magic, the two hags combine to make, I'm honestly not sure what to say about this scenario. Dead! So now you go back to meet with the fifth sage, and it's like that chick that just died. They all died at one point. That's a little fucked up. Anyway, so Zimbabwe heads back to the temple where he meets Sheik. Sheik then does something that was mind-blowing in 97, but now is the most well-known spoiler up there with Bruce Willis being dead the whole time. Sheik transforms into Zelda and oh, come on, that wasn't even 2 minutes! So Zimbabwe goes back to the holy fucking shit. So he goes up in the sages, holy fucking shit! It was them. They made that nightmare. So Zimbabwe goes down memory lane, gets a new pair of gloves that made pretty much every guy question their own sexuality, and stormed the tower up to the final showdown with Ganon, and boy oh boy, the years were not kind to him. So the two play a bit of tennis until Zimbabwe Blade of Evil's bitch slaps him, and now it's going down and they're yelling timber. Zelda's now free and everyone makes a mad dash back down to the ground floor. Once all is said and done, we're finally good. Everything's calm, everything's collected, nothing could possibly, yeah, we all saw this coming. So epic fight, incredible ending, bittersweet dialogue, gang's all here, gang's all there, everything's happy, hunky-dory, and that's basically Ocarina of Time! This took too long to make!